Once upon a time, in a sparkling meadow beside a silver waterfall, there lived a tiny fairy named Zara. Zara had curly golden hair, bright blue wings, and the biggest laugh in the entire fairy kingdom. If someone tripped over a mushroom, Zara would giggle. If a frog croaked in a funny way, Zara would giggle even louder. But Zara had a secret. She could pause time, only for 1 minute, exactly 60 seconds, not a second more. And after using it, she had to wait a whole day before she could do it again. Zara discovered her power by accident. One morning, she was carrying a jar of Honeyglow nectar when she slipped on a banana peel. As she fell, she squeaked, "Stop." Everything froze. The wind stopped blowing. A butterfly froze mid-flap. A drop of nectar hung in the air like a tiny golden star. Zara blinked. "Wait, what?" she whispered. She was still moving. Carefully, she stood up. The banana peel was frozen in mid-slide. She gently moved it aside. Then she looked around in amazement. "This is incredible!" But before she could do anything more, whoosh! Time started again. The butterfly finished its flap. The wind rushed past, and Zara landed safely on her feet. From that day on, Zara practiced counting quickly in her head. 1 minute wasn't long, but it was enough to fix small disasters. Like the time a baby dragon sneezed fire at the laundry line, or when 3 fairies argued so loudly that storm clouds began forming above them, or when Mayor Bumblebeard's enormous hat was about to blow into the river. Zara became the quiet hero of the meadow, but Zara also had one tiny flaw. She loved jokes, more than anything. One afternoon, the fairy kingdom prepared for the grand royal parade. There were flower floats, marching ladybugs, and even frogs practicing synchronized jumping. The fairy queen herself would attend. "Everything must be perfect," the guards announced. Zara hovered above the crowd, watching excitedly. Suddenly, she noticed something hilarious. Sir Puffington, the royal knight, was marching proudly, but his shiny armor pants were slightly loose, very loose. So loose that with one strong step, they might fall. Zara bit her lip to stop laughing. "Oh no, this is going to be so funny." Sir Puffington lifted his leg dramatically. The belt snapped. Zara gasped. "Pause!" Everything froze. Sir Puffington stood mid-step, eyes wide. The crowd was frozen mid-cheer. A trumpet player was stuck with puffed cheeks. Zara floated closer. She looked at the knight. Then she looked at the loose pants. She giggled. "I should fix this," she said. But then a naughty thought appeared. What if I just moved them a tiny bit lower? No, she told herself. That's not kind. She hovered there, thinking. 50 seconds left. She quickly tied the belt properly and tightened the armor. Then she added a tiny sparkle charm to keep it secure forever. "Better to help than to joke," she said proudly. And just as she flew back, time restarted. Sir Puffington stomped forward confidently. The crowd cheered. Everything went perfectly. Zara smiled. But then something unexpected happened. A parade float shaped like a giant strawberry hit a bump in the road. The top half began to tip. Gasps filled the air. Without thinking, Zara shouted, "Pause!" But nothing happened. She forgot. She had already used her minute. The float leaned farther. Fairies screamed. Zara's heart raced. "I can't pause it." She flew quickly to the strawberry float and shouted instructions. "Push on the left. Lift together. Now." The frogs jumped in unison. The ladybugs pushed. Sir Puffington held the side firmly. With one big heave, the float straightened. The crowd burst into applause. Zara landed softly, breathing hard. She realized something important. Her magic was powerful, but it wasn't everything. Sometimes teamwork worked better than magic. That evening, the fairy queen called Zara forward. "I saw what you did," she said gently. "You used your gift wisely, And when you couldn't use it, you used your courage. Zara beamed. From then on, she promised herself something. She would only pause time for true emergencies. Not for pranks. Not for silly jokes. Well, maybe tiny jokes, but very kind ones. And every time the wind blew through the meadow, carrying laughter across the flowers, everyone knew that somewhere nearby, Zara the Time Fairy was watching carefully, ready to help for exactly 1 magical minute.